Product research. How do you find winning products? Let's talk about it. All right, welcome back, guys. So I'm going to show you two different approaches to product research, and I'm just going to go through it. I'm not going to make any cuts or edits because I want to show you the whole process and potentially some of the snags that you'll run across along the way, and just give you like a real feel of what it's like to do product research. So the first way that I'm going to show you is how I did it at first, and it's pretty straightforward. So just go to Amazon.com. Go up here to best sellers up on the top left. All right, and then from here, whatever category you want to look into. So for today, let's just go look at, I don't know, kitchen and dining. Let's do that. And then from here, I like to go down a few more levels. So just to get a little more specific, let's take a look at storage and organization. Alright, so from here, I just go and I find, these are already best sellers, so I know all of these are going to be good. Let's take a look at this one right here. Alright, so what I do is I go to that product, and then I try to look for keywords from the title. Let's see. What about cereal containers storage? Yeah, let's try that. So I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to change this to all departments. Let's go take a look. And so now we've got all these different ones. And what I do is I actually take about 5 to 10 of these and I'll put them in my store just to see, kind of which one does best. And that's really about all that goes into that strategy. There's no way of knowing, which one's going to be successful until you try a handful of them, right? So, and the same goes for any category. If I wanted to do another category, I would do the same exact thing. And this is kind of this approach is more of a trial and error kind of thing, right? So this is the approach that I took for probably the first few weeks of my dropshipping journey. And then I was introduced to a tool called Zik Analytics, and that's what I'm about to show you, and that's what I currently use now. And you'll see the cool thing about it is that it gives you a pretty good idea of what's going to work and what's not going to work. So let me pull that up real quick. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go into product research. All right, so I'm going to go back and take this cereal container storage. I'm going to copy it. I think it was already copied, but I will. And I'm going to paste it right here in the search bar for Zik Analytics. And a couple other things, or at least one other thing that I want to do is I want to have maximum feedback of the seller, because so whenever I search this, it's going to show all the sellers of this of these types of products. And I don't want like these big name sellers that have, millions of reviews or whatever, and because chances are they're going to be like a wholesale seller, and there's no way that I compete with their pricing, right? So what I'm looking for is other dropshippers, right? So I'm going to set this maximum feedback to 50,000. All right, and everything else here looks fine. For me, it's going to be United States. And let's do a search. Alright, so first thing that I look at is the sell-through rate. If this is over 100%, in my opinion, it's successful. So let's keep going further with this. If this was less than 100%, I would probably go and look for a different keyword or a different product. So if we scroll on down, we can see over here on the right side that this column is how many of this particular product has sold in the last 30 days. And 15 is the most that any of these have sold. That's not a lot, but I like to see more than 10. So 10 or more. So these top 3 products is something that I would look into, right? But I'm not thrilled with what I'm seeing So let's go back and let's try something else. Let me go back here and let's see if we can find something else to look into. I'm gonna go back again. All right, what about this guy? Drawer store compact cutlery organizer. I like that. Let's try these keywords here. Compact cutlery organizer. We'll go back here and we'll paste it in the product research. And let's run it to see what we get. %. That's gross. All right. What if? And see, this is how it goes, guys. Like, you're not gonna get it on the first try. If you do, you're lucky. But I'm still convinced this is a good one. Kitchen drawer. Let's try a kitchen drawer tray. All right. Let's give that a look. All right, so 125%. That's a good sign. Scroll down. Let's take a look. So here we go. So we've got over 10. And this is what I like to look for. This little indicator tells me that this guy's a drop shipper. Okay. There's another way that, and this is what we want. The idea here is to not only find a good product, but to find a drop shipper that we can look at to find what other products they're selling and which ones are successful. So I'm going to go ahead and add a filter up here. So if you click that, I can select drop shippers only. And then so we go back and we can see all these guys are drop shippers, right? This one, because it sold 13, I'm going to look into this guy. So if I just hover over this icon here to scan seller, if I click that, it's going to pull up a new window. And what this is doing is it's scanning this drop shipper and it's looking to see what items he has and what's selling. And right off the bat, I can already see that his sell-through rate is really high. He has about 1,500 listings, which is good. Just in the 30 days, last 30 days, he sold 1,570 items and making about 40,000 in sales. So that's pretty good. And what I also like to see is his feedback score relative to some of the big time eBay sellers is pretty low. So chances are he's going to be somebody that we can mimic in terms of what products we're selling and the pricing levels. More than likely the pricing is going to be easier to match. All right. So if we go down here, we can look and see what items he's selling. And also right off the bat, I can see over here, this Zik Analytics does a really good job of showing you where they think he's sourcing the product. And I can see a lot of Amazon. So that's good because that's who I source from. So let's look at this first one, this fidget toy set 35 piece. I think I've actually tried to sell this before, if I'm not mistaken. What I like to do is go over here and click on this little box here. All right. So we can see that he has it. He's selling it for $24 or $25, right? So if I go up here and I click on this little search title on Amazon, what it'll do is search for this product on Amazon. It's pretty straightforward. All right. So let me see if I can find the exact same one. So I think it's this one. Let me look at that picture again. Yeah, it's definitely that one. So if I go here on Amazon, he's got it for $17.99, or excuse me, Amazon has it for $17.99. Right? So if I go back here, I mean, he's got an $8 profit on it, $7 markup on it. Now that won't be his exact profit. He's probably making like $1 or $2 off of it. But as you can see, he's selling 32 a month. Right? So we can safely assume he's making 30, maybe $50 a month off of this one product. And he has 1,500, right? So that's the idea. That's the approach that I take, guys, by the way. Whenever I'm looking for a product, I'm not looking for like a home run. I'm not looking to make, hundreds of dollars on a product. I'm looking to make anywhere from $1 to $10 per product, depending on the price. I shoot for a 10% profit margin. I don't always get that. So if I'm selling $20 items, sometimes I'm only making $1 or $2, but the idea is volume. And if you think about automating your eBay dropshipping store, then it'll allow you to think in terms of scaling your business and having more volume. Instead of having 100 items that you can manage and potentially make more profit on, it's better to have an approach of having many items and potentially taking a lower profit margin on, but selling much more volume. And the only way, again, to do that is to automate your business. And so more than likely, this guy, if he has 1,500 listings, he's completely automating it. So the fact that he's only making $1 or $2 per listing, that's okay, because he's not putting the work in to fulfill those listings. It's more than likely completely automated. So he just sits back and collects $1 or $2 for every item he sells. And you can see if he sold 1,500 items in a month, that's anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000, maybe even more, right? So that's the idea. Sorry, I went on a tangent there. We'll get back to what this video is really about, and this is finding a winning product. So this one I absolutely would consider a winning product. Let's do a couple more just to see if we can kind of replicate that. All right, so this 200 piece ID label tag. All right, so we've got this on Amazon. The picture is a little different. So that's not exactly what he's selling. So I'm going to go up here again and click on Amazon and see if I can find this exact picture. And that looks like, yeah, so that second one right here. So $8.99 is how much it's selling for on Amazon, and he's selling it for $13.74, right? So this is a guy that I'm going to copy from. And there's absolutely no shame in copying. That's just kind of the game of dropshipping, right? Is looking at what other dropshippers are doing and just copying. Now, one day you strive to be the guy that is finding the products and everybody else is copying you, right? Because that means that you are the leader and they are the followers. But starting out, it is absolutely okay to follow, right? There's no sense. There's no point or no sense in reinventing the wheel here. If somebody else has done it, there's no crime in you just taking their products and listing them on your store and seeing if you can have similar success. Let's go and take a look at another one, just last one. And we'll just go right down the list here. So this is sold 28 times in the last 30 days. So let's take a look at, well, first of all, let me slow down real quick. So this right here shows number of competitors. And so that's something that I sometimes take into consideration, not all the time, but I do notice whenever there's a lot. So this has 100 other competitors. So I'm just going to skip past this one for now. If I'm in the mood to list a bunch of things in one day, I would probably list it. But just for the sake of being a little bit more disciplined, I guess, in the listings, let's skip past that one and let's look at the one right below it, because it still has sold 26 in the month, and there are only 3 competitors. So let's take a look at this one. Plano double 2-gun hard rifle. Okay, so this one, the picture looks a little different, so I'm going to click here. It looks like this guy. Well, let's take another look. Yeah, so it looks like that guy. So he's selling it for $39.96, and I can get on Amazon for $28.97. So pretty good. Again, this is a seller that I'm going to look after. I can go up here in Zik Analytics and add him to the watch list. And so I'm going to add a comment so I remember him. And I'm going to say YouTube video guy. And that way it'll remind me that this is the guy I want to look at. And I'm going to give him a 5 because I think he's a really good competitor for me to copy. So we'll go ahead and save him. All right. And if I go over here to my competitors, so I can see all of these guys, and there he is, YouTube video guy. So again, I can go in and I can take a look at him, later on today, whenever I want to add some more listings, I can go see him. So that in a nutshell is Zik Analytics. There's a lot more features. If you go and you get like the premium service, I have like just the basic, and I think I pay about $30 a month. There's going to be a link down underneath this video. If you guys want to try it out, that link should give you half off your first month. So you can try it, and I think you'll notice a huge difference. At least for me, I like having the confidence of, you know, the listing before I list it. Because after a while, whenever I was doing the first strategy of just trying to pick random items and hoping that they would work, I got kind of discouraged after, you know, a couple hundred of them. And so at least with this, I can see, okay, this is a good pick. There's a pretty good chance that it's going to work. And so let's go with it. So that's Zyc Analytics. That is the second method for product research. I hope this video helped. I would love to see some comments down below if you guys have other product research ideas, or if you like what you saw. Consider liking the video. That would help out the channel a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And that's all I got for this one. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.